welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am actually going to be testing out the new Morphe Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation as well as the Morphe Concealer. This has been causing a lot of controversy all over the place, to be quite honest. I did actually get one of these little samples from Morphe as well, and it basically gives me the level 1 light samples. So today we are going to go ahead and we are going to test out this foundation. I have already moisturised my face and stuff. I'm just going to use the Fenty primer. I am sort of testing this out as well. I did actually buy a bunch of new makeup, by the way. I will be doing like a haul, so stay tuned for that. I don't know when it's going up yet. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. It is the little mini version. This primer actually feels so like hydrating. It's kind of like tingling. I have heard so much about this foundation. It is absolutely crazy. Like, it is so hyped, it's unreal. To be honest, I haven't heard a whole lot of good things about it. But that's why I wanted to try it, just to see what it's really like. So I get this in the shade F110. This is a very light shade. I actually think it's one of the lightest shades that they actually do. I did actually watch a couple of reviews on this foundation and it was kind of mixed. Like, some people were saying it oxidised, some people were saying it doesn't oxidise. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of different things getting said about it, so I didn't want to go too dark in case I couldn't like sort it, so I just ended up going very light. This is a neutral shade and it's the fairest with neutral undertones. I do have like slightly red, sort of a pink skin. Say that it's a full coverage foundation, 24-hour long wear, sweat proof, transfer resistant and water resistant. It's free of oils, fragrance and parabens. It's great for all skin types. If you guys know me, I normally get a very oily T-zone, but I've got sort of normal skin overall. This is the little sample card that I received as well. So they do have 60 different shades of this foundation, which I think is amazing. But I have heard a lot of things like the undertones are all wrong, and some of it looks green, some of it looks ashy. But honestly, I think these are actually looking pretty okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use like a brush on this side and a sponge on this side, and I'm just going to try this. I did watch a few different reviews just so that I could kind of get the colour match, but I just ended up going for the lightest shade because I figured if it was too light I could darken it up. So this is what the shade looks like. It does look super pale, but honestly it actually looks okay. I'm not too scared of it. This is the concealer. This is in the shade C115 and I'm pretty sure this was the lightest. Oh right, I'm pretty sure this was the lightest concealer that they had. It's very light. I just went for the lightest because I was too scared to pick any other colours in case they were too dark. It does come in this little squeezy tube, not going to lie. For the price that we paid for this, I feel like it could have been a little bit more not as drugstore looking, but that's just my opinion. The concealer just looks like any ordinary sort of concealer, to be honest. Concealer was £9 and the foundation was £16. I think it's not really worth it, like with this packaging, to be quite honest. This looks like drugstore packaging to me. This does have a little seal on it. You do also get 30ml of product in this. It does have a strong scent. It sort of smells like paint. Right, this looks like it's going to be super light. It actually feels like paint. It feels pretty thick, but it doesn't look thick. Like, it looks like it would run, but it's not. This smells like emulsion or something. I'm actually pretty worried. Right, so I'm just going to use this side with a sponge and I'm going to quickly blend all that in. This is super light. I'm kind of hoping it oxidises a good bit. Holy crap, the coverage in this is insane. If you're not into foundations that have got strong scents, you probably wouldn't like this. Right, I'm just going to go in with a flat top brush at this side. I literally feel like I'm like spreading paint across my face. Right, so straight off the bat, this isn't working for me with a brush. I feel like it's just moving the product. I feel like it's just moving the foundation everywhere. I actually can't believe how gross I look on camera right now. Definitely feel like the brush is just moving the product and it's not really... I can definitely say right now, and this isn't even blended in properly, that I'm not going to get on with this. It is super, like, it is super matte to the point where it's drying down super quickly. But with the brush side, I'm definitely finding that trying to buff it in, it's just like, right, that just says it all for me. With the brush side, it's definitely moving the foundation and making it look very patchy, and it's like pulling the foundation away from certain areas. I am actually pretty scared to put this concealer on top of this, just in case like it starts pulling away the foundation. But we're just going to try it. Shade C115. It's like a flat doe foot. Just going to put this under my eyes. Again, this is a very strong paint-like scent, which is actually getting me, making me want to decorate. Concealer is definitely very thick. The consistency of it. The concealer is a very similar sort of formula to the foundation, I would say. It dries very quickly. Yeah, it's actually okay. I think the concealer colour that I've got is definitely far too light. Foundation is far too light. I actually haven't seen it oxidise very much at all. Definitely super full coverage. So I'm just going to go in with my Stay Matte powder in transparent. Honestly, you probably wouldn't even need to set this, but I just set every single foundation that I wear. I would say that if you had very dry skin, this probably wouldn't work for you, just because it is very drying in itself. With this powder on, I do feel kind of like a cake face. I'm just going to go ahead now and I'm going to do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back to you guys once that's all done. I am going to be applying bronzer and stuff as well, so once all my makeup's done I'll come back and I'll show you guys what it looks like all together. Right, so that is my makeup done. I've just went for this like sort of really deep burgundy smoky eye today. This is what the foundation is looking like just now. I haven't got any highlighter or anything on, but I do have some bronzer on. Actually, I think I'm just going to put on some highlight because I'm feeling a bit bare. I'm actually just going to put some highlight on. I'm just going to go into my Imagination palette. This is a Highlight to the Moon palette, and I'm just going to go in with this shade here called Angel Face. And I'm just going to add some of this. I don't know, I've been finding it very strange when I haven't been putting highlight on. Anyway, this is my full face of makeup. I definitely feel like the foundation has oxidised a little bit more. I don't really know if it is actually just because the powder, but that Stay Matte powder normally doesn't put a lot of colour on my face, so I am finding that it has sort of oxidised a little bit. Powders and stuff have went on okay. Sorry if I keep on looking down, by the way, it's because I'm looking in my mirror. I still feel like this side is a little bit more patchier because towards like my ear, I was doing it with a brush, I felt like it was kind of wiping off the foundation. So I do have a little bit like over here that's like kind of not getting the foundation on it, and it is a little bit patchy. This foundation is very, very, very dry. If you have a more dry complexion, this is a no-go. It would just make you look really, really dry. My nose is definitely looking quite porous, but the rest of my face is actually looking okay. Is looking a little bit dry, but yeah, this is what it's looking like so far. It is 20 past 2, so what I'll do is I'll come back to you guys in a couple of hours time and I'll show you what it's looking like then. It is 20 past 2 just now. This is what it's looking like. It actually does look okay. The shade is a little bit light. I would probably go for something a little bit darker. So far I don't recommend using it with a brush, preferably because I felt like it was just wiping away product. Powders and stuff have went on okay. So yeah, I think it's okay so far. So I'll check in with you guys in a few hours time. So it is now 4:28 and it's been about 2 hours since I've had this makeup on. This is what it's still looking like. I would still say it's still looking pretty dry, though it is actually getting quite dewy in at my T-zone. Right, so this is what it's looking like after about 2 hours of wear. I'll zoom you guys in a little bit. So I don't know if you guys can see, this is definitely like highlight up here, but I am beginning to get a little bit dewy around about here. But overall it's looking okay. You can definitely see on my nose like it's all breaking up and stuff. Always happens to me. I would definitely see my T-zones getting oily. That's actually really pretty quick for my T-zone to be getting oily. This is what it's looking like just now. It's actually okay. I'm not going to like put a brush near it or like add excess product or anything because I just really want to see how this goes. I'll give you guys a check-in after I've had something to eat and stuff. Just now it looks okay. Not like, I'm not wowed by this foundation at all. I'm a little bit taken back because I know that it kind of moved my foundation this area, so I'm not like wowed by this, but it's okay. But yeah, this is what it's looking like so far. So I'll come back to you guys in a few hours time once I've something to eat and stuff, and I'll show you guys what it looks like then. Right, I'm going to take these lashes off. It's now 10 to 10 at night. I'm going to take these lashes off. Just excuse the fact that I look a mess right now. I'm going to take these hair extensions out. They are just clipping. I love having hair extensions, but I hate when you've had them in for so long and they like grip onto your hair. So it's the end of the day. I'll zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see. So this is what the foundation looks like after, right, let's say 2 till 10. So after 8 hours wear, this is what this foundation is looking like on me. Just excuse the makeup, I'm just going to take it all off in a minute anyway. I definitely say this has oiled up quite a bit, and it does claim to be like sweat proof and stuff, so but this is just proof that it clearly isn't sweat proof, or it's not for me. I'm just going to take my makeup off because I'm going to my bed. I think I'm going to edit some videos. But all definitely I can say I probably will not purchase this foundation again. I don't really feel like it's worth £19. Shade range and stuff, it does have like They do have like 60 different shades, and I think that is pretty good. Some of the shades and the tones and stuff are a little bit hit and a miss. But this shade at the beginning was actually really too light for me, but it has actually oxidised, and it's actually okay when I do have like my bronzer and stuff on. Other than that, it's fine. It does say it's full coverage and stuff. It definitely is full coverage, but I wouldn't try building this because I feel like it would just come off. I highly recommend using a sponge with this, a damp beauty sponge, because I tried to use it with a brush on this side and it sort of wiped the product off and made it look very patchy. My nose is very oily because my T-zone always goes oily, but it kind of enhanced like my pores and stuff. Definitely done that, but I'm just pretty shocked at how oily I am. I really didn't expect to be this oily by the end of the day, but I really am. And I genuinely haven't done anything. I've sat in the house, I've went to the nursery, I haven't done any sort of major housework because I've done it all yesterday. The smell of this foundation is horrendous. It literally smells like you're putting paint on your face, like emulsion or something. It's not fun. I'm not a fan of that either. So yeah, I wouldn't really say this is worth it. And I was actually going to say for oily people, or if you have an oily T-zone, this would be great because it's really matte. But for me, this has just, it's oiled up insanely. So I can't say that at all. But if you do have really dry skin, this will definitely enhance your dryness. So I do not recommend it for that either. I did just buy this to try it out and to see if maybe it would sort of stop the oiling a little bit, and it genuinely didn't. Now I am going to go ahead and I'm going to sort of pat down the oils. Now that I'm just going to take it all off. Yeah, so I don't know if you can really tell, but now that I've sort of patted that down, you can definitely see a lot of separation at my nose and on my cheeks and stuff. It's just looking really scaly in here. Yep, nah, not a fan of that. Probably couldn't get away with putting this on and then trying to like powder over it because it would just make it look even messier than what it already is. I'm not all that impressed with this. I'm definitely giving this like a 2 out of 5. It kind of impressed me at the beginning with how full coverage it was. For the concealer, I can definitely say under my eyes still feel dry. They still feel very smooth. They actually look okay. Yes, my eyeliner has kind of a bit of a mess and it's kind of transferred a little bit, but it's actually okay. So I actually really do like this concealer. I would definitely say under my eyes are dry. Round about here where this foundation is just an oily mess. I'm beginning to wonder if it would be like that if I never tried a primer. Because remember I did actually use the Rihanna primer. So maybe I should start doing like foundation reviews without a primer and seeing what it's like, because I'm finding whenever I'm using a primer I'm getting more oily. This is the overall look. This is what it's looking like. I'll definitely give this a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 because again, this kind of smells like paint, kind of smells a bit strong, but I do like it. Colour is okay, it's a little bit bright, but it's pretty fine. £9, yeah, it's okay, but my Revolution one is still on top. Would I buy the foundation again? No. I will continue to experiment with it and stuff, but I genuinely don't think I would be buying this again. This eyeshadow, by the way, is from the You Can Be palette, the sort of Huda Beauty dupe that I put up. So yeah, that is all from me, guys. I'm just going to take my makeup off and go to my bed. That is my overall thoughts on this foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helped you. I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye. I'm honestly such a catfish. Look at the state of me.